Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while.
Hey Kyle, what's going on, dude?
Hey, good to see you, Charles.
It's been a little while.
It has.
Hey, we are DCGTV, and we're coming at you from our secondary headquarters here in the great city of North Bend,
Indeed, Cascade
Washington.
Mountains.
Yeah. It is a bit chilly outside. I mean, we're still in January. What is it? January 20-something, right? 27th? Is this
29th?
Right? 29th.
January 29th.
Follow us for
We're
dates.
running out of January.
Yeah, almost February. But it is blustery cold outside.
You know, last night, we were playing board games here.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and my brother.
Of course.
And we played till too late, till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And we were good. I was going to go back with my girlfriend to her place. So she left, and I went and got in my truck, and it was so frosted on the inside and out. It
You
took
could be out there for 10 minutes.
It took like half an hour, and I had to scrape, and it didn't work because the inside frosted. I was like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah. So did you end up going over there, or just?
I didn't actually.
Yeah, just
I called her and I was like, "This is taking too long, and I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed."
Hey, sacrifices, man, sacrifices.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we haven't done this for, I think, Kyle, it's been a year and a half almost. It'll
a year and a
couple
half?
of weeks. It'll be a year and a half since we
Wow.
made an episode like this. We've done a few things. Some game openings and some other stuff, but
as far as DCGTV,
yeah, it's just the two of us coming together and chatting on the couch. We haven't done much, so
indeed.
Yeah. So what's been going on in your life, man?
Oh man, it's been busy life on the old e-commerce front.
Yeah.
The work I'm doing up there.
Yeah.
And really settling into North Bend. I mean, I've been here now for almost a year and a half, so that kind of...
That's about the time.
that kind of correlates with it.
Episode right after you moved in, I think.
Yeah. And so the homeowner thing, fixing stuff, trying to keep the house up.
Yeah.
Working, kids stuff. Kids are 16 and 11 now.
Damn.
So they keep me busy.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, what else? We kind of getting back into painting miniatures a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I saw some that you did for Gloomhaven over there.
Yep.
And that you guys have been getting heavy into that out there in the Bend, right?
Yeah, that's been the past probably, 3 weeks, month.
Yeah.
So I ordered, as we've talked about, I ordered Frosthaven on Kickstarter.
Right.
I backed it.
Which we're looking forward to doing a box opening video as soon as it comes. But
indeed.
We don't know when it's coming yet, right?
Nope. Apparently sometime by the end of February.
Oh, okay. Is that the promise?
Yeah, and I'm a nerd, so I'm just watching the Kickstarter and seeing people get it in like Australia and England. Even some folks in like the Northwest got it already.
Wow.
And I'm like, where's mine?
I've seen on Facebook people posting that they've received it and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're talking, this is not, if you're familiar with Gloomhaven, and I'm looking at the box across the room,
It's
and Kyle's
giant.
table plate, it's a big box, right? And is Frosthaven going to be about the same size?
It is, and I've been following the thread. So Gloomhaven is about 30 pounds of board game.
Okay.
Frosthaven's 36 pounds of board game. So they added 6
more
pounds.
miniatures or more?
I think more cardboard map tiles,
Yeah.
and I think there's the rule book. Like the Gloomhaven rule book is thick, but then the Frosthaven one is like double that.
Oh, goddamn.
So it's just a lot of stuff.
And from my understanding, Frosthaven and Gloomhaven are sort of in the same universe, and it's interchangeable. So you can take your character from Gloomhaven and play in Frosthaven and vice versa.
You can, and there's a kind of a little starter game called Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. That's like a smaller version of Gloomhaven. But, so I'm really excited about Frosthaven. We'll definitely do a really cool unboxing video to show y'all what's in that 36 pounds.
Yeah, I want to see all 36 pounds of it.
But I got the itch, right? Because I've been waiting for this game and getting antsy, and so I was just like, fuck it, and ordered Gloomhaven. And so, to scratch that itch, we started playing Gloomhaven.
Nice.
And now I'm hooked into that world. So.
Yeah, right on. That's cool. Yeah. That's awesome. But the goal for Frosthaven then is you're not probably going to jump right into that. You're probably going to wait until you finish Gloomhaven again.
Which could be a year and a half from now.
It's that big.
Yes, it's that big, that long.
Yeah.
Very exciting. It's like a dungeon crawling game where you build a character and it levels up and like gets new skills over time.
Yeah.
And then when your character achieves the life goal, it retires and you start building a new character, going through dungeons and following this weird little storyline.
Do you collect weapons and equipment as you go?
You do.
And stuff like okay.
You do, and you either buy it, there's like a market kind of store system, or you find it by looting like a treasure in the dungeon or something.
Nice.
And the story so far, we're about 25 scenarios in, is you're mercenaries in the world of Gloomhaven, and you get hired broke, so you get hired to go do some missions for this woman. And then it turns out this woman's trying to summon demons and destroy the world. And so you kind of go back against her to... Well, you have a choice, actually. You could join her and go help her summon demons and be the bad guy, which takes you on a whole different story. Or you can be the good guy and try and stop her. And so we chose the good guy path for this round.
I figured some of the players that you have regular out here would not want to summon the demons.
No. Not as
the dark side. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it, but we got to go with the party consensus.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing, check it out. I'll put this on for y'all to see.
Kraken.
Our Seattle Kraken are pretty good this year.
Yeah, they are. Are they number 1 in the West?
2, I think,
Second
behind
in the West?
Vegas. Yeah.
They had kind of a up and down start at the beginning of the season, and then it seems like the last few weeks they've just gone freaking mad.
Yeah.
Just can't lose. I mean, they've lost a few, but not.
No, but they're doing super duper good. I've been to 2 games. My neighbor is a season ticket holder, and so I scalped a couple tickets off him. And I went to the Edmonton one about 4 weeks ago, where we got spanked. Like, Edmonton scored like 3 goals in under 2 minutes on us, and it was just an ass whooping. But then ever since that game, we've been on this tear.
Yeah.
And so
it's
I
like
went
lesson learned.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It hurt enough to change behavior, I guess.
We're not doing this again.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So I got to see them on their most painful loss that inspired
this
their
is like this is second season, so I mean it's championship caliber play right now. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because it's still got a bit of season to go.
We're like halfway through the season. Yeah. I was looking at it. So the playoff for the NHL, NHL playoffs start on May 2nd.
Okay.
And so my plan is to see if I can rally a few of us up and go to one of the new casino sports bar places. We could throw down $5 on the Kraken, and that'd be the one thing I want to do in a casino these days. Would be to go put a little sports bet on a Seattle team and hang out.
Watch the game and have some investment in it other than emotional, right?
Make it fun. But yeah, we've won more games now at this point than we won all last season.
First season. I saw that. That's good. That's awesome. And scored more points. This year so far than all of last season, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? I think that's right.
I think that's right.
But yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, we got a good NHL hockey team. How about that?
Yeah, look at that. I mean, and the Seahawks this past year wasn't expected to do a lot, but they actually made the playoffs, which was crazy.
Gino, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
that's a good season.
I don't know if Gino's the long-term answer, next year answer. I don't think he would be a bad choice as long as they don't have to pay through the nose to get him for another year, but get a young stud, a dare I say Russell Wilson type young guy that they can bring in and have a year or so under Gino.
Yeah.
Or another veteran if they have to go out and find a Kirk Cousins type guy to come in and game manage, if you will.
But we got a really good draft pick coming up too, right? Like we wait to the playoffs and have one of the best, or really good, I guess, draft pick for the year.
So speaking of Russell Wilson, they got, because Denver had such a crappy season, they got the top 5 pick. So they got number 5, and then they've got a second number 1. And I think they've got a couple of second-round picks.
Oh, so Denver's got good picks too.
Well, Denver's done. We got Denver's pick because of the trade.
Oh, yeah.
So, and because of that, we get Denver's number 5 pick this year. So a top 5 pick. We were hoping for top 3, but they actually won the last game of the season. So what are you gonna do, right?
They must be mad down there.
They must be pissed. They're pissed in Denver.
I haven't been watching. Is it a line thing, or is Russ just playing crappy? Do you know?
It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. He's got a lot of weapons around him, but the line was historically bad, and Russell's just not the player he was, a couple of years ago. Well, Kyle, let's do this. Let's take a quick little break.
I can dig that.
Refill. I'm going to grab my water, and we're going to come back and chat some more.
I like it. It's good to be back.
It's
good to see you, man. Yeah.
All right, well, welcome back to DCGTV.
Yes.
So for us, we've just been kind of busy the last year and a half and haven't had a chance to really do this and catch up. But I'm glad to be here. Doing it now. Maybe we'll make this a regular thing. I don't know. We'll see how life goes and where it takes us and stuff. I know you've been doing a lot of traveling lately too, right? Or this past year.
This past year, yeah. Let's see. Went to, see if I can check them off. Went to Austin for work.
Yeah.
Went to
Tejas?
Austin, Tejas. Which was fun. Did some Top Golf there, which was cool.
Yeah.
And now that we have one here, we should get out there and
I
Top
haven't
Golf.
done it yet. I mean, I'm not a golf guy, but I am a miniature golf. It's got a clown head and a windmill. I'm totally in.
This is kind of a mix. It'd be like if driving ranges were miniature golf.
Yeah, but the balls have like sensors in it, so it can kind of tell you where it hit, where it landed, how far it went, all that good stuff, right? So it might be kind of fun. I'd be down to do it.
Pretty good. I went to Costa Rica for work. That was pretty fun.
Yep.
Did a travel down there. Got some team down there. And then I did that. I don't think we've talked. We did a big Belize boat trip about almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And
that's what you're doing sort of again now in a couple of weeks, right? You're doing another boat trip.
Yep, going to Fiji.
Fiji, yeah.
I am spoiled rotten in travel these days. It is wonderful.
Well, it's hard to argue with all that.
Yeah. I also took a trip out to Glacier over the summer, which was wonderful. In Montana.
Oh, you did? I didn't know you went to Montana.
Yeah, the lady and I drove there actually.
Okay.
And stayed at like the Many Glacier Hotel. It's like a historic, like 1903 built, one of those big national park hotels.
Yeah.
It's a really creaky and old wood.
Yeah.
And we went on a hike and saw a grizzly bear, like probably a half mile away, but we could zoom in like with our phones.
Oh, you did tell me about the grizzly bear stories. I do remember that. I remember that being Montana. Was that like a 5-hour drive, 6-hour drive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Little over
on
6.
The west side of Montana.
Yeah, it's basically like 90 all the way into Montana, and then pretty quick when you cross the border, you turn up some other road and go up through like the Flathead Reservation, and then kind of hook around into the park.
Okay.
Which is pretty beautiful. Beautiful area though.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. What about you guys? Any?
Well, I mean, we went to Hawaii for my son's wedding.
That's awesome.
Way back in August of this past year, which was great. Even though we're simple Oahu, it's always gorgeous there. We found a really cool condo up on the beach, way up on the north side of the island. Not the North Shore side, but kind of on the, what would that be? The western side, the side with Honolulu, but all the way north of that. So not a particularly scenic neighborhood.
Were you out of the sprawl of Honolulu though, like this?
Yeah, we did not want to stay in Honolulu. We went there a couple times because the wedding stuff happening, dinners and stuff like that. But yeah, not a big guy to hang out in like Waikiki and stuff. I mean, beautiful beach, but it's too tourists and it's too many people.
Yeah. Did you have a blue drink?
I did have several blue drinks.
Nice.
And had a really good Mai Tai, which I don't know that I'd ever had before. We went to this restaurant called the Monkey Pod, and they did this Mai Tai that had the foam and all that stuff.
Nice.
I wish I could recreate it.
Yeah.
And I might have to try that, just sort of missing the islands. But other than that, just random stuff.
Did they ever reschedule? Because you guys had planned out this really amazing year of like excellent concerts.
Oh, no.
And then COVID like just blew that all up. Did they ever?
Yeah. So we had we were going to go see Pretenders and Journey down in California.
Cool. Yeah.
That got canceled, never rescheduled. We were going to go see Ozzy Osbourne here in Washington State. And that got canceled because Ozzy was having health problems, not related to COVID, but that never got rescheduled. We were going to go to Guns N' Roses, and that got canceled, and I don't know if they were rescheduled, but we got refunded on that.
Right. Wasn't Poison on that list?
We did, and that got rescheduled. We ended up going to see it. It was Joan Jett, Poison, Motley Crue, and Def Leppard.
It's such a lineup.
Yeah, it was a crazy ass lineup. Started like 4:00 in the afternoon. We got there right at the tail end of Joan Jett. And she sounded good as we were kind of walking up, but she was leaving the stage as we were coming in, finding our seat, getting drinks and all that stuff. So I was a little disappointed in that. It's just too early for us to get there. But it was at Safeco, or I think it was Safeco.
One of those.
Or Lumen. One of the two. I don't remember.
Is it Lumen? Or is it T-Mobile? What is it? Safeco's now T-Mobile.
Safeco's T-Mobile,
and
yeah.
CenturyLink is now Lumen. They keep changing the names.
But it was a good show. I mean, I'm not a big Poison fan, but they put on a good show.
They did.
But Bret Michaels still rocking. Motley Crue sucked bad. I used to be a big Motley Crue guy when I was like 12 and 13, but just could not perform great.
Okay.
They did all the bells and whistles, the smoke bombs, the big stage production, but I mean, those guys are just too old and
Imagine the voice goes like.
Yeah, he did have Vince Neil had like 3 female backup singers, and I think they
carried it,
punched him up.
Nice.
But they're probably lip syncing a lot too, you know.
Yeah.
And Mick Mars, the guitarist, is like friggin' 70 something, you know. And he's now retired after this tour, and he's had so many health problems, so he's out. I don't know if they're bringing in another guitar. I don't know.
The lifestyle of the rock star.
Yeah. And then Def Leppard was good, and Def Leppard, they sort of, I mean, so Tommy Lee, drummer for Motley Crue. Yep. Good drummer. I'm not picking on his drumming skills.
He was never known as like an amazing drummer. He was just like, he had a huge kit.
Yeah.
And he hit really
crazy
hard.
stuff.
Yeah, and he did crazy stuff. Like technical drumming talent.
So he comes out and does Home Sweet Home, right? You remember the ballad?
Yep.
He's out on the end of the stage playing piano. But then he stops and he looks in the crowd and he's like, "Hey, Seattle, where's my titties at?" Right? I'm like, dude, you're 60 fucking years old, right? You're 59 something years old, and you're trying to get boob shots. So of course the camera starts panning, and people are pointing, and there's several women that are, exposing themselves. I'm like, dude, we're not 14 anymore. Act your goddamn age. Most of the people in the crowd are at least in their 40s, right?
Yeah,
this is, maybe late 30s or something, but. It's like, so Def Leppard comes out and they're like consummate professionals, right? They come out, act their age, all that stuff. So, anyway, good show. Chris Stapleton, we had tickets to over in the Gorge. Ended up sending the wife with a friend of hers.
Okay, cool.
So I didn't see that. I can't remember. There's probably 2 or 3 other concerts in there that we had tickets to, but it didn't happen. So that was kind of a shitty.
I remember. I guess when you guys were first setting the lineup up, just feeling so excited for y'all because that was such a cool plan of shows.
We were like, "Holy crap, we're gonna do it up!" And now, I mean, like, Bruce Springsteen's touring, and his tickets are like $1,500.
$1,500.
It's like, I could go, but Jesus, man, that's a pretty penny. And then everything that's happening with like Taylor Swift. Have you heard about the Ticketmaster stuff? Ticketmaster,
they got a lock.
Blew up because they couldn't handle the volume. People waited and they got their tickets and then they waited in queue and and then the system just blew and they never got their tickets. So it's just a
she's
mess.
like one of the top billing artists around right now, right?
Yeah,
man.
I know somebody was trying to get tickets to it to take our kid and the wife. You don't buy me a ticket for that.
No. I got to be a concert coming up next week.
What do you got?
Pretty excited about. There's this blues band called Larkin Poe that I really dig.
Yeah.
And they're coming to do a show at the Neptune next Thursday.
Okay.
So I'm going to go check them out. It's these two women, I mean they're younger, probably in their 20s, from the South that kind of do a simplified groove blues thing, but they're sisters, and they're descendants of Edgar Allan Poe, which is where they get their name
I'd brag about that too.
Right? Yeah. That's the band name.
Nice.
But I'm pretty stoked. So there'll be one girl plays guitar and sings, the other one plays slide and sings, and then they have a drummer and a bass player, so it'll be a nice blues show.
Nice.
Looking forward to it.
Right on. Well, let's do this, Kyle. Let's take another little break.
Yeah, we got breaks.
And stretch.
Yep.
Do some quick calisthenics.
Maybe some burpees.
I don't know about burpees. And then we'll come back and we'll chat some more. All right, we're back.
Hello.
DCGTV. Kyle, what do you got there, bud?
Check this out, Charles. So I was in the store buying some beer.
Yeah.
And we were actually talking about this earlier today. finding a way to pair a drink with like Gloomhaven.
Okay.
And this is not that.
So just so you know, we're working on some videos to pair some of the games that we love and like and play with some cocktails, and we have some videos on that coming up. But we were like, what do you do with Gloomhaven, right?
Yeah, it's like dungeony.
It's like medieval.
This isn't that, but when I was at the store buying the beer, I saw this on the store, and this is Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout Beer. It's 11% alcohol.
Okay.
For a beer.
That's pretty good for a beer.
I tried one, and honestly, it's not great. But I thought I'd pour it out for us here, so we can take a look.
So you're not advocating.
No, it's. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that would love it.
Yeah.
But it's really thick stout, which I'm not a huge fan of, and then it's kind of sweet.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. You're welcome to try it.
Yeah.
It's like a sweet kind of stout. Not my kind of beer. But the name and the marketing was pretty outstanding.
Yeah, it is kind of like a sweet Guinness.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, it's been a while since I've had Guinness because I'm not a big fan. But it's interesting anyway.
Here, let me read us the little thing. Throughout the ages, Dragon's Milk has been a term used to describe potent ales and elixirs worthy of celebration, a reward at the end of the journey. Yes. Our signature stout carries that tradition today. Roasted malt delivers notes of coffee and chocolate, married with sweet undertones of vanilla and oak from a 3-month stay in a bourbon barrel to create a true legendary blend of flavor. Wow, those are pretty big words.
And where is this?
Oh, yeah. What do I mean?
Dragonmilk.com? Dragonsmilk.com.
New Holland Brewing Company.
Okay.
California. Oh, no, that's just for... Oh, here we go. Bottled and brewed, New Holland Brewing Company, Holland, Michigan?
Holland, Michigan.
Is that's MI?
Yeah.
Holland, Michigan. All right.
It could be Mississippi. No, Michigan is... Mississippi is what?
MS, maybe?
Yeah, it must be MS.
Michigan, MI? I think it's MI.
All right, we learned this in grade school. But...
Yeah. Correct us in the comments. I'm sure you are.
Yeah, and if you're from Holland, Michigan, let us know how it is to live there.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Yeah. That's kind of one of the things I do miss about our show, Kyle, is we always did sort of a whiskey tasting at the end. I don't do that on my new show, and I haven't talked about that at all. I've got a new podcast with... a guy that you kind of know, Todd Sellers, cousin Todd, who interviewed us a few years ago for our games. I joined up with him and a guy named Mike Moskowitz in Renton, and we call him Mayor Mike. Because he knows everybody in Renton. And we record at the historic Renton Civic Theater in beautiful downtown Renton.
That's super cool.
About once a week. So if you get a chance, r-townpodcast.com. Check us out.
Yeah, I am subscribed on Spotify and YouTube.
Nice on Spotify, the YouTube,
those are some solid episodes.
The Apple Podcast, the Pandora.
That's still a thing?
Yeah, I guess it's still a thing. And we're on there. So
all right, cool.
Damn right it's a thing. We're on there.
Hell yeah.
So check it out. It's a good time. Bunch of Gen X guys talking life and politics and headlines and news and stuff like that.
I am no longer an R-Town fella.
No, but
I spent a decade there. So I earned my straight.
You are a lifer for being there for a long time. Yeah, and Renton's, it's kind of a weird little town.
Yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed my time in Renton.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Not too bad. And your kid is still there.
Yep. One of my kids is still there.
Yeah, half there, half here.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's a question for you, Renton, for your R-Town. So my girlfriend was meeting a friend in Renton yesterday, and texted and said, "Hey, Kyle, you used to live in Renton. I want a good breakfast joint recommendation."
Okay.
And so before I tell you where I sent her, what would you recommend?
First one that comes to mind is Whistle Stop Ale House. Really good food down there. Great owners. Great all around. A little busy to get into, but not a bad place. Other than that, I mean, there's you could go to like Tommy's down on Rainier, which is kind of more your greasy spoon
kind
of thing. Man, it's been a little while for me.
And you got your Denny's and your IHOPs and like that.
There's no Denny's there anymore.
There's no
Sherry's closed down. So
oh
there's
my
no
goodness!
Denny's or Sherry's in the city of Renton. There was Plum Delicious up on the Highlands, and they had a car go through their building.
Jeez.
I don't know if they've reopened, but I've heard it's good. I haven't personally been. It's right next to the Goodwill, and one of my favorite taco places is right there. A little hole in the wall taco maestro or something like that. So
nice.
Yeah. So where did you end up sitting?
I sent her to Whistle Stop. That was my favorite spot.
Whistle Stop is super good. Good food, all that stuff. So we go a few times a year, not necessarily for breakfast, but
one of these days we'll have to do breakfast here.
Yeah.
Because here in North Bend we have that famous Tweed's Cafe.
Oh,
which was from that show.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah, it was filmed up here.
And they're famous for, was it the cherry pie?
The cherry pie.
I wouldn't mind some cherry pie.
Yeah.
Like some pie.
But they kept it all the same, and I've never seen the show.
Yeah.
But apparently, like the building, it looks all like themed exact. It's the exact same one they used in the show.
Yeah,
so.
That's pretty cool. North Bend, Twin Peaks, and Bigfoot, right? I mean, that's kind of, that's kind of the thing, right? Mm-hmm. I was actually at a store and I saw this kind of gag gift, but it was a Bigfoot investigation kit. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of fun. I had a nephew that was really into Bigfoot about 5 years ago. Not somebody they've grown kind of out of it, but I picked up the box and it's like, oh, there's a magnifying glass to look at hair samples, and there's this. But there was actually a plastic bag in there for scat. So you could find
the Bigfoot scat.
So I'm like, oh, let's send our kids out in the woods and bring back some shit that they find laying on the ground, right? And what kind of shit is this, right?
Send a kid into the woods with a bag.
Thought that was kind of fun.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is fun.
What else is North Bend, and then they're sort of the gateway to
the pass.
The pass.
Yeah. The pass. A lot of hiking trails.
What, about 20 minutes from the actual summit?
Yes, exactly. About 20.
Snoqualmie.
Yep, last winter, and I might do it this year if I have time. You can actually buy afternoon ski tickets for the Snoqualmie Pass ski hill.
Yeah.
And they're like really cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm close enough where I can buy one and just get out there and ski for like 2 hours and then come back. So it's pretty cool.
Are you a skier or snowboarder?
Snowboarder.
Okay.
Snowboarder, I should say.
I figured you'd be more snowboard than...
Yeah. I started as a skier as a kid, and then like back in the 90s, it was so cool to be a snowboarder, so I switched pretty quickly.
You got switched, right? Yeah. Because snowboarding is the shit.
It was pretty cool.
The kids, are they...
They've gone with me. I've taken them twice, and Arrow, my youngest, sticking with skiing, likes the skiing, but then Nevaeh, my oldest, switched to snowboarding. She did skiing once and then was like, I want to snowboard, and so she switched.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Just like me.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? I keep grabbing this, but I don't like it. I'm just a habit, and then I'm like, oh no, I don't want it. So I put it back down. Oh, I was going to tell you about this. This is a cool new thing. Mm-hmm. So check this out. This ring that I'm wearing is called an Aura ring. Okay. Oura. And my lady and I got each other these for Christmas.
Okay.
And it's got little sensors and a battery in it, and it tracks your heart rate, your movement, and it's kind of like a Fitbit-y kind of thing, right?
Okay.
But it tracks your sleep too, so it gives you like scores, like, oh, you slept crappy last night.
Yeah.
It tracks light sleep, REM sleep, and deep sleep somehow. And so I've been getting little reports on how well I sleep every day.
Can you take those reports and do anything? Can you change anything to...
So they have sleep report, activity report, and then they give you a readiness score.
Okay.
And so it tracks your heart rate at night and whatnot. And there's been a few mornings where it's been like, hey, you didn't sleep really good last night, you have low readiness, try and just take it easy and not do anything today. And so I'll like not do my workout or my run that day.
Okay.
And then the ring's happy with me the next day. It's like, hey, great, your heart rate's good. You can go ahead and work out again.
You've rebalanced.
You've
reset the matrix and you're good to go again.
Exactly.
All
So
right.
it's tracking my stats. I've been
That's
digging
cool.
it. It's cool.
Does it matter which finger you put it on? Just any...
You're supposed to put it on your non-dominant hand, which I didn't do.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be like index is best, ring is second best, because it needs to have a tight fit because it has these like little bumps.
Okay.
The sensors that kind of push into your skin a little bit. But they said index best, but as long as it's consistent, any finger will do.
Okay.
But it's funny. So my hands. I mean, I'm not a giant man, and when we were sizing this thing, they sent us the sizing kit, and this is the biggest one they make. I'm like, God, there's a whole section of the population that just doesn't get this choice. I was like, this is the biggest one, really?
Yeah, look at Kyle, big hands.
Fat
man.
fingers.
Yeah. Bigger than Donald Trump's.
Right?
All right, well, we do, speaking of whiskey and drinking and doing all that stuff, Kyle, I bought this I guess over a year ago to do on the show. It's a Howler Head whiskey. It's a straight bourbon Kentucky whiskey, but it's got a banana flavor to it.
Oh,
so I thought it'd be kind of fun to taste and stuff because we did a peanut one, screwball peanut. I don't know, probably
that's right,
years
peanut
ago.
butter whiskey.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
So it might be kind of fun to put the two together and have like an Elvis Presley whiskey drink. But
that would be awesome.
Let's take a break and we're going to come back and we're going to sample this.
Let's do it. That sounds good. I am excited.
Sweet. All right, guys, we're back. We're at the bar.
Welcome to the
here.
North Bend Bar.
Yeah, and this is the fancy bar. I don't think we've ever showed this to him. That Kyle made out of a piece of live edge
Sequoia
board that he found. Sequoia.
Yeah, this is live edge Sequoia here.
Yeah, and you guys can't see it on my side, but I still have the bar.
It might start rotting at some point.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, he's got everything you need here.
Yeah, nice and loaded.
So Kyle, why don't you tell us about Howler Head in your best advertising sponsorship voice?
Ladies and gentlemen, Bananas Gone Crazy. Yeah, that's right. We said bananas blended with the finest Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey we can get our paws on. You got a kick of oak, a whirl of sweetness, and some straight from the jungle Banana-Rama goodness.
Banana-Rama.
Banana-Rama. They said convention is not to be trifled with, and we heard them. These are whole cities full of people not trifling with convention. For the rest of us, welcome to the jungle. There are whole cities. Yeah, welcome to the jungle. Bananas Gone Crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this is Howler Head.
Howler
is that
Head.
The brand?
It appears to be.
It's a very, very cool logo.
It is.
Dig that. Not sure about the bananas. Not sure that they needed to mix the oak flavor with the banana because the banana just sounds like it's going to be so friggin' overpowering that oak's not going to matter.
It says
we'll find out.
natural banana flavor.
Yeah.
So they just like drop a banana in the cask?
Oh, that would be something, right? Just have it dissolve into
that's how we add the essence.
Yeah.
And this is produced and bottled by Wooler Brands in North Charleston, South Carolina.
All right, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Would you do us the honors, good sir?
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
Howler Head. But I've never heard of this brand ever in my life until today. Does it smell like bananas?
It doesn't. It's kind of like a hint of banana, but it's not like a.
It smells kind of, like a bit bourbony. Nice golden hue.
It is a nice color to it. Not a typical whiskey color.
No, it's really light.
This has got a very light.
It almost reminds me of like what Jameson looks like.
Oh, totally getting that banana though.
Yep.
Not getting any oak. All right, well, to Dunce Cap Games, Mad Dogs and Englishmen.
To Dunce Cap Games, Mad Dogs and Englishmen.
All right, let's try this.
Yeah.
It's not overly sweet.
No, and it goes down really smooth. It doesn't have like a hit you in the face. I wonder if that's the sweetness.
And not a super burn. There's a slight burn in the back.
My belly's getting warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it as like.
I don't.
Maybe you drop a piece of ice in there. I think if it was like colder, it might hit a little nicer.
Summertime afternoon,
Yeah,
Sunday afternoon,
yeah.
summertime whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. I like it right now too with the warmth. But
that's true. Yeah.
I can see also getting tired of this quickly.
Yes, like you wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's nice. It's a nice taste.
It'd be nice for one kind of glass, and then and you're sort of good for a while.
It tastes like it would deliver a massive hangover.
I'm just trying to think of the using this as a mix in a cocktail, right?
Yeah.
What?
I love your peanut butter whiskey, banana whiskey.
That would be interesting,
That's
right?
excellent.
We might have to try that.
That is wonderful.
We might have to do a finger of screwball peanut butter and a finger of the Howler Head and call it the Presley or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty
Garnish
awesome.
with a banana slice. Can you do that? I don't know, or a loaf of French bread or something.
Banana bread. I don't know. Can't garnish with banana bread. That's not bad though. I expected worse. I looked
really
at it
did too.
and I thought it was going to be like. Bleh.
I really did too. I
But
thought
it's
this
not
was
awful.
going to be overly sweet
Yeah.
and way too much banana flavor, but it's not.
Not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. Good job, Howler Head. I'm not. I have to say, I'm not hating it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not something I would pull out as a regular drink.
I think it would. I mean, I'm having a bit of a blank on it, but I feel like there's got to be some cool combos that you could use with it. Like I was thinking Coke, but I don't know if banana would go. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe like a cherry Coke.
Oh yeah, like a cherry
like
Coke. Got like fruit punch whiskey or something.
Fruit punch rum and Coke or something. I don't
Cherry Coke and some apple vodka.
Because there
Making
is
a fruit bowl.
you're just totally making it very fruity, Kyle. Huh. All right. Well, Howler Head, available pretty much anywhere, I think.
Nice.
Don't remember where I got it from, but very cool logo on there.
We wish you success.
Wish you all the success.
Wooler
in the world.
Brands.
So we're going to finish this off, and then we'll come back and maybe say goodbye to you for this episode.
Sounds good. Lunch it.
All right, we're back.
We're back
in the North Bend.
Yeah.
Dunce Cap Games, DCGTV.
Yeah, indeed.
Thank you, Kyle, for hosting another episode.
Thank you for coming up and doing
finally, it's been way too long.
It has.
But we hope to do this more, maybe.
Indeed. May I do a quick cameo before we close
absolutely.
them out? Just because it's the first time at the North Bend Bar.
Yeah.
And so I would like to point out our friends
yes.
Doc and Wyatt.
Yes.
And then back here, you probably can't see it, so I'm going to bring it over. These are ancient nails found in Scotland from the Roman Empire.
Which is very cool.
I think it's pretty cool.
Which is very cool.
They're a bit worn down, but you know,
Yeah.
that's how
The
it goes.
interesting stuff you find at the bar.
Right?
Right,
Indeed.
the talking points, and Kyle and I actually, God, was that 2 years ago? Did we go to Tombstone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe a year and a half.
it was December.
So maybe two. So maybe
Was it December of 22? No, it was December of 21, maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe a year and a couple of months.
Yep.
Yeah, we went down to Tombstone, Arizona.
Yeah,
Beautiful
that was fun.
country.
That was cool.
Met some very interesting characters down there.
Yes.
Got to go did a road trip in a Camaro.
Yeah,
Which was fun.
Yeah.
Right? We ran that over gravel and all kinds of
Yep,
stuff.
that was super fun. Found some weird roadside attractions.
Yes.
Along the way.
Yeah.
That was good.
I'll have to post some pictures of that. I don't think we ever did.
I don't think we did either. And we got to do another one at some point. The Dodge City, right?
Dodge City or South Dakota or North Dakota,
yeah.
Deadwood.
Deadwood,
right?
would be fun, yeah.
Because you and I are both big fans
Yeah.
of that show, Deadwood.
Show was
If you
awesome.
haven't seen it, about Saul and Bullock.
Bullock.
Yeah, the place where Wild Bill Hickok died.
Yes. Aces and eights.
Aces and eights, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to make it up there, or Dodge City would be great too, because I've got kin down there in the Topeka area.
Dodge City, there's more around that. Like you go into South Dakota Deadwood, I'd imagine you're kind
Not a
of in
lot
the middle of nothing.
It's like that's what you're there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be a road trip or if that would be a fly in and check out kind of a trip.
I guess TBD.
Yeah,
But we've got to do that.
yeah.
I like that idea.
Hey, you let me know when you're ready, dude, and
All right.
I'll book it. Let's talk about it. See if we got some dates.
Definitely. Well, I did switch my credit card to an Alaska credit card about a year ago.
for the flights?
I got a bunch of miles now.
Nice.
Which is nice. Makes all that a lot easier.
Yeah, we did the same thing
Yeah,
a couple
nice.
years ago, so that we could get the miles. So, yeah, look for that coming up.
Yeah.
And on that note, not much more to say.
No.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Good night.
Good night to you.
And indeed, it shall not be another year and a half before we do this again.
Let's hope.
On my honor.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.